Welcome back, everyone, to Valhalla 5 on the Dragonhead SMP. I have been very busy, but sadly not on here. I've had a lot of stuff going on in life, so I haven't been able to do much recording, but I have been getting some prep work done. I've been doing some creative work where I can, and I've been doing a little bit of gathering of materials today. I'm trying to get all the stuff done for the Narslimus. Now, you might notice something I promised would be here is not here, and that is an infinite lava source. I did plenty of creative testing with the thermal lilies, and I've determined it kind of sucks. Unfortunately, it does not look like the thermal lily is going to be something I'm actually going to use. There were too many instances in creative where it broke, the timing was off or something, I did something wrong, and the lava flowed over and destroyed my flowers. So that I can't really justify using if there is a high chance of loss, or even a moderate chance of loss. So instead, I'm going to be doing some other things, but we will get to that sooner or later. Right now, I have this wonderful schematic cannon, and let's make sure this is done. Hopefully it is. Let's take a peek, and yes, that is everything for the mini World Eater, I suppose we could call it. But that is absolutely everything that I was needing. Now, it looks like I am gonna need a bit of a redstone signal, which I kind of forgot about. So let me dig down, grab. Let me get a piece of stone. So we'll do this. I think I need a lever anyway. I might be wrong on that, but let's give this a try. Maybe I don't need one. Maybe I didn't need one. Whatever. All right, so this thing is gonna be a little bit interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this mud because it's now in the way. This is, like I said, it's gonna be my little mini World Eater. This was a little expensive to prepare, so you'll see all those drills getting flung in. I will recycle those eventually. They're not just gonna go to this. I will use them for other things at some point. But yeah, this is gonna be nice. It's going to be what I use to erase this chunk. I need this entire chunk to be gone because this is going to be where I have my slimy powered mana farm so that we can really scale up our Botania stuff, and I'm pretty excited for it. Speaking of Botania stuff, I showed you last time that I made this runic altar. Also, I made that. I don't remember if I did that on stream or on camera, but I have those now. I made an alternator for fun. That's not too important right now. What is important is all of this stuff. You see all this? I've been preparing things for my runes, and I'm very excited for it. And let me just check one thing. There's two items that I need left. I need some slime balls, and I need some melon. And I planted a melon stem, and I'm just kind of waiting at this point. Also, I have a sheep farm because I needed wool, and so now I have way too many sheep. So I'm waiting on the melon, and I'm waiting on the slime balls. Technically, I could just make the slime balls. I already had to do that in order to make some glue, but it won't be too big of a deal once this gets down and I start collecting the slimies. It's not a huge rush for me to get that last bit, so that will come eventually. This is not going to be pretty. Fair warning now. This is not going to be pretty. It is just a big fat windmill. It's a max sail windmill. It's max speed, max everything. It's gonna be wild, and it's just to push this down as fast as possible. You've probably seen something like this before. It's a 6x6. It's not too important, the numbers. I was just trying to keep it cheap but also effective. I got a bunch of barrels on top, and this whole thing is going to carry us to happiness. I am gonna need to go make a cart, which I did kind of forget about, and here's the last little bits right here. Actually, it should be done. That's so weird how it does the glue. Oh, that's awful. Oh, and it's done. Never mind. Okay, it's not as bad as I was thinking. Cool. Very cool. So that's the whole thing. Let me go make a minecart because I completely forgot about that. And then let's get this going. Actually, I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. I'll make the minecart right here. Ta-da. And the thing is, this doesn't actually have to move at all. It is designed to be a stationary thing, but I don't know how well it works. Without the minecart, I'm going to need it regardless. So if I put this down here and I activate it, now it is a movable object, which is pretty cool. But what is the most important thing is all of this. Oh, it didn't do the glue properly. Uh-oh. Well, good thing I tried it. Okay, so let's grab the glue. Let's see what it messed up. Let's take a peek. Okay, did that fix it? So we'll flick it back on. Ooh, doesn't look like it. Yeah, no. Okay, so what if I do... Let's try this guy. Oh, no. Okay, what if I did this then? Yeah. It's not going to be as pretty, but what if I do this and connect it to that? Ah ha ha! That should do it. So now if I flick that and then shift right click, ta-da! Strong arms. Pick up a minecart contraption with at least 200 attach blocks. That's a little funny, but amazing. And now I've got all this stuff. Isn't that fantastic? So let me do the old F3 and G because this is going to be how I see the chunk. I know it's this chunk that I need, but the thing is, I also need the 3 blocks out from this chunk as well. So that is a really important detail because I need there to be room for things and stuff. Yeah. I like to, I guess it's more of a personal preference. I don't know if it's necessary at this point, but that's going to be how I do things. It's looking like it might have also eaten the rail. I think it ate the rail. So let's see, here. I think if I put this here, no. Did it eat my rail? They're in my inventory the entire time. But yes, rails. I was looking for an individual one, so maybe when I saw the numbers, I got thrown off and decided that just wasn't correct. But yeah, you make 24 instead of, I think the default is 16. So that's pretty cool. All right, so 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure if I put this here and put this here and put this here, should be 1, 2, 3, and that's where the drill is. Amazing. All right, now I do have to get all the way up there in order to tap the thing. So it's not the best system. It does take a little bit of management. Oh wait, but I have a jetpack. Who cares? I could just do this. So I hit this, boom. I didn't get an achievement for that. I was expecting to because this is supposed to be a max powered thing. But if I flick this, it will reverse the flow. Oh, I think I know what's going on here. Is that the problem? What's going on here? That's pushing down. There we go. Okay. Woo! Minor technical details. Should be good now. I don't know how that's going to work whenever I pull it back up. But yeah, it's not a pretty design. It was never designed to be a pretty design. It was just it's purely function. But look how fast this goes. And the great thing is, like, I'm kind of taking out 2 goals at the same time here. I need to get this entire chunk removed, right? Along with the little bits on the outside. But I'm also really struggling for resources right now, especially things like iron and copper. Well, maybe not as much copper now. I did do a good bit of mining, but there's so much that I need that I don't have, and this is really going to help. Apparently I'm going to get a bunch of bauxite here too. I kind of forgot that was in the game. But this is going to go all the way down to bedrock, like negative 55, 56, something like that. All the way down. The problem is it's also going to take quite a bit of time, so what I'm going to do is multitask a little bit. Let's get these runes worked on, yeah? Because I need them. I definitely need them. Do I have enough mana for them is the question. Where's my... There we go. Maybe. I do have a half-filled mana tablet, which is pretty nice. If needed, then I'll take a look at that. Also, I don't know if I talked about this on camera. I got an eternal steak. It's pretty cool. I found a, I forget what it's originally called. Everlasting beef. Yeah, it's an artifact that you can find. And I cooked it into an eternal steak. And it's just, you eat it and it goes on a cooldown. And then you're good. Like, how cool is that? Num num num. It's infinite food. I love it. All right. Anyway, so let's start taking care of some of these runes because I still have to wait for some of the stuff. So let's go ahead and get this knocked out. So rune of air. I need mana powder and mana steel ingots. So I'm just gonna grab out all of this. Oh, right, I didn't actually make the mana steel yet. I made the iron, so let's do that. Ta-da! Alright, did that cost much? No. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and plop one on there. And plop one on there. And we're doing... Which one are we doing first? When you want to do earth first, maybe? Yeah, we'll do earth first. So let's put these back. And for earth, I'm going to need stone, coal, and mushrooms. And I'm going to want 2 of these, is the thing. Well, it's going to make 2 by default, but I need 2 recipes worth. There we go. There we go, there we go. And let's also... things are going to get a little bit ugly here, but I need these back. There we go. Oh, yes! That's another minor detail that I forgot. I need to actually have a means of spreading the mana. Well, my hydrangeas are all dead, and I don't plan on making more anytime soon. Because I really shouldn't need them. So I'm going to end up removing all this anyway, so let's just save a tad bit of time. So let's do this. And I need to do this. It's in bind mode. There, and it should... Yes, there we go. Fantastic. Very, very nice. Alright, so while that does that, let me go grab a living rock, because I forgot I'm going to need those too. Alright, the living rock has been obtained. Now here's the thing. It's a little detail I forgot. The runes are actually made out of the living rock along with all the other materials. So once you have that done, you put that on there, then you right-click, and there you go. You get your rune. And it did consume a little bit of mana, so hopefully we're going to have enough. Doop. Doop. There we go. And so that'll do that. And then we'll have all of our runes of earth. There we go. Drop Pop Candy. That's a weird name. But that is really exciting. I am very happy to go ahead and make runes already. And then once we have that done, then I will make the rune of summer. I just need the slime balls and the melon slice. And we'll be good to go. I'm going to make 4 of these. 4 of the runes of summer. Because that is going to be the requirement for... Where is he? There you are, Narslimus. Along with the runes of water. So I'm going to need to make a few of those too. And it's not going to be too bad. So I need the 4 of those, and then I'll build up a whole contraption. And it's going to be a great time. There's the earth runes completely done. I don't need any more of those. I can remove this and move on to the runes of air. I'm not going to do all this on camera. You get the point now, I think, I hope. So I will do the rest of this off camera, and I'm going to wait... I'm gonna hurry up and wait, basically. I need this. Oh my god, hold up. This is... Woo! Look how far down this has already gone. Oh! Uh-oh. I wasn't expecting that. There's a shrieker down there. I think we're safe from any warden, but... That was a little spooky. Alright, but that's pretty cool though. So that's going to cut right through that little dungeon thing. Nice. I don't know if it's going to collect any of the loot or not, but then we have this whole area to explore. So any resources I don't get there... Oh, and I see another little dungeon over there too. Oh, there's so much loot to be had. I'm excited. But yeah, I'm going to wait and let this do its thing. I'll move it around as needed. I'm going to completely clear out this entire chunk. And then I'll get this set up as if it were a normal slime farm with a little bit of changes at the end. And I will come back when all of that is taken care of. What a beautiful day. To fall, and fall, and fall, and fall. The hole is done! Oh, no, the server stutter. I hope I still get the achievement. Please. Oh, come on! That's so dumb! Oh, it still worked! Yes! Cool. Oh, I was so nervous. Nice. Caves and cliffs. Oh, that took 10,000 FE. For anyone who doesn't understand, the free runners prevent fall damage, so I didn't even need a bucket of water. But nice! The hole is done! Look at this. One entire chunk. Here, I'll do the F3 and G. One entire chunk, and then a little bit extra on the sides. Completely carved out of the map. Isn't that fantastic? There's still some ore that's left to grab, and I'd like to get a little bit, like all those diamonds, I'd like to get a little bit of cave lighting done, because this does cut straight through a big cave. And also I found a dungeon up here, which I already removed the Shrieker from, looted some of the things that I cared about and left the stuff that I didn't particularly care about. I'm sure there's stuff in here that's useful, but shrug. This needs to get lit up. I got spider spawner in there to work with at some point. But yeah, the chunk has been removed, which means now comes the tedious task of preparing a slime farm. So, it should be just the same as it used to be, where I basically just go down to a certain Y level and just start building platforms that cover the entire chunk, and then I go up, I think 2.5 spaces from there, do another layer, up 2.5 spaces, do another layer, rinse and repeat, maybe throw in some jack-o'-lanterns. These kind of actually generate around in this biome. I did not place this here. The pumpkin patch biome just kind of has them, along with all those other big pumpkins. But yeah, I'm gonna get that nice and lit up, because as long as they're lit, then the only thing they can spawn is slimes. And then I'm gonna get the Narslimus down there. Now, I do have everything except for the slime balls, and I don't want to bother crafting the slime balls when I'm gonna have slime spawning down there in a little bit anyway. Nothing spawning down there right now, but it won't be too long until we have all that going on. I should have plenty, you see that server hitching right there. I should have plenty of resources. I've had to clear out these barrels quite a few times. I have all those over there upgraded a bit. So I have lots and lots of cobblestone to work with. I've been trying to keep things stacked up evenly where I can, but the storage just kind of has a mind of its own. However, now that that was the last push that I needed to do, I want to grab all of the loose ore-like material that I can find. I have a couple things in here that I might have to make a couple trips, I think. Yeah, because I still got some of this. I got a chain in this the soul thing from earlier. Do I have... No, that's all osmium, so that's really cool. Got a bunch of osmium sitting there. That's exciting. Sure, I will just kind of temporarily dump a few things so that I can grab this ore. I even got blocks of raw copper. I went straight through a copper vein. Sadly did not find one of iron in the process, though that would have been super nice. But yeah, for those who did not know, in vanilla, with the Caves and Cliffs update, whenever you go through granite, there is a chance, much like with toughened iron, that it will also have a copper vein. And this is all of the loose, raw material that I have been able to acquire, and that is actually... I can't even fit the rest. Look at that. That's really good. Pretty sure... Yeah, I have a crafting table over there, so let's kind of condense all of this down as much as possible. So I'm going to, I think, leave that in there. And let's check this out. So I should have... Yeah, look at that. And I don't think I have quite enough for this. No, I'm a little bit short, but I can balance grid. There we go. 8 instead of 9. I was literally 1 short. Feels bad. But yeah, check that out. I have... Oh, perfect! I did have another one. Nice! Very, very cool. Very, very cool. So that is pretty huge. Almost 2 full stacks of copper blocks worth came out of this chunk. And I might even have a little bit more raw metal in here as well that I couldn't fit. Such as this nickel, for example, and some of this osmium. And, oh, and there was some coal. And the arcane crystal. Like, there's so much stuff. I'm really, really happy with the results of all this. I have lots of building blocks to work with. Some of this stuff I can get some other materials out of. I got some stellarite pieces. That's pretty nice. Yeah, this was profitable in many, many ways, and I am very happy that I took the time to do all of this. And of course, this right here is just temporary storage for all these raw resources. It is not going to stay here, but I am happy with the results. And we got all this going on over here, so I have lots and lots of building material. Now, I need to go ahead and get to work on the slime farm itself. But this guy right here, I'll probably disassemble at some point, but for now, it's just gonna sit in my inventory, tucked away, so I don't have to worry about storing all of those individual pieces. I promise this isn't overpowered. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. And when I come back, I will go ahead and make a Narslimus, or actually 4 Narslimus, and we'll see what we can do. I'll see you then. So it just occurred to me that I never actually showcased this mod that I was talking about in the last episode that helps with building. So this is called Effortless Building, and currently I have it set to floor mode and filled. So if I click here, rather than building the block, it will give me the ability to go out 36 blocks in a 6x6 area. That is the current max that I'm at, which can be upgraded. Requires a few things in order to get that upgraded, but it is a permanent upgrade, and it just takes the items that you have from your inventory and fills in the space that you see. Just like that. It's really cool. It's really easy. The mod is called Effortless Building. I completely just screwed that up. Here we go. Can I click? Effortless Building. This guy. So you grab this. It doesn't quite have a proper name yet, but it's upgrade 1, upgrade 2, upgrade 3. So you just make this out of prismarine crystals and an ender pearl. The next one is an ender pearl, some slime balls, and some chorus fruit. And then the one after that is the most expensive, 4 diamonds, 4 amethyst shards, and a nether star, and that allows you to reach up to 200 blocks. It's pretty nice. Don't know how useful that one is, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. One thing to note, something that I learned in creative, can I please build that? Thank you. If you're using the Wand of Symmetry from Create, it does not work with Effortless Building. So keep that in mind. If you're trying to put the two together, you will be disappointed. But it is still a very handy mod. Highly recommend using this. It will save you a lot of time with your building. So enjoy. Hope this helps. All right, it has been quite a few hours since the last recording. This is kind of a good sense of time with how slow the iron gets made. This is how long it's been. There was, I think, like 20 or 30 iron in there before. Now it's up to 96, so it's been quite some time. I cleared out a little bit more land, and take a look at this. So these right here are mana splitters. When mana hits them, they will go into the 4 adjacent mana pools, and currently they are completely empty. That is fine, but if you take a look over here, look at all of this. I got all this mana going all these different ways, and it is pretty exciting. Well, I say that. There's no mana flowing yet. This is just the visuals, but check this out. I could make this a little bit taller, but I've kind of opted not to. I will show you a little bit more of that in just a second. It's not too exciting, but what is exciting is I finally have enough resources to make the final bits. So I can grab all of these, and I can now make the Runes of Summer. So it's a little bit of sand of any variety, slime ball, melon slice, earth rune, air rune. And I'm going to need to do this a few times. I want 4 of these, and that's... Oh, and speaking of, I'm actually low on the living rock, so I'm going to have to go grab a little bit of that. But let's see if I can get this. Where's my melon? There you are. So I'm going to need 1 of you, and... Right, that was what it was. 2 of you. There we go. And now we're going to get all the mana from here over into here. Now, it's probably going to cost a good bit more than the previous one. And do I have any smooth stone? I don't have any stone. I didn't completely prepare for this. I got enough for 2. Actually, you know what? That's going to take just a sec. Let me go grab that. Alright, I've slapped some stone next to the pure daisy, so that'll be done pretty quick. But check this out, here we go. Where's my wand? I put it away, and... Ta-da. Wait a minute! You get the runes back? I didn't know you got the runes back. I made way more than I needed. Oh, that's actually really cool. I didn't know. That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Is that everything? Nice, nice, nice. All right, so I'm going to make 4 of these, and then I'm going to get the flowers made. So I'll be back in just a moment once I have that done. There we go. All right, so I have all 4 runes of summer. I have the 4 runes of water. I have the black petals, lime petals, green petals, and the seeds. And just to double check, that should be everything. Black, green, lime, water, summer. Yep, so that is everything. So... here we go. So we're gonna do 1, 2 of these, 2 of these, and there it is. The Narslimus. I didn't get an advancement for that. That's a little disappointing, but that's all right. So if I just do this, then I can make this a little faster because I've already done it. There you go. And the last bit. There we go. All right, that is all 4 Narslimus done. Now, something I would like to do is actually make this into a floating one. There we go. So I need a flower of any kind. It doesn't have to be this. It can be any kind. And a pasture seed with a bit of dirt. And a pasture seed is just some grass, into a mana pool. Now I should have some shears stored away in my ugly, ugly backpack. So if I just grab 1, 2, 3, 4 little bits of grass, then I can turn these into pasture seeds. Hopefully this mana spreader isn't in the way. Amazing. So that is done. Now I need 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I need any mystical flower. It doesn't really matter. And actually, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? Boop, 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 boop. Do I have any? Yes, I do. I have exactly... It's almost like I prepared, but I didn't. There we go. Does it count with... Oh, right. This has to be done in a crafting bench. Does this count? Can I do it with the double high? No, I can't do it with the double high. Well, that's too bad. Alright, well let me go grab a couple other flowers then. This is, by the way, a really good... I don't remember if I've shown this or not. This is a really good way to get more petals. Once you've gotten one flower, you can get infinite, as long as you turn them into petals and then grow them real quick. So let's see. Let's just grab these, because I have plenty, and that's the one that it showed in the thing, so we know it's going to work. There we go. Wait, what? Hold up. Hold up. I feel a bit lied to now. That's all it says. Oh, glimmering. Oh, it needs glowstone. Okay, well I should have some of that laying around somewhere. Yes, I do. That probably explains why the other ones didn't work. There we go, glimmering. And then we do that, and then we do that, and now we have the floating white flowers. Now I can do that, and I can make floating Narslimus. Ta-da! How cool is that? Now, it doesn't make a big difference, but it does make it to where it doesn't really matter where I put it. There can be no dirt, it could just be straight up stone, and it'll work all the same. So, right over here in the big pit, I have everything laid out and ready to go. And I know that slimes are already spawning down here, so this is definitely a slime chunk. No weirdness has happened. So I can just do that. Ta-da. Now it does count as a solid block, so I don't know if that's going to cause any problems, but let me grab my wand of the forest. Perfect, so that is linked to this, and this runs all the way up, completely uninterrupted. Alright, and so I'm going to just place all 4 of these down. There we go. There we go. And there we go. And I did kind of mess up a little bit with the lighting, because I forgot that they have to have a certain height here. So the bottoms, I'd use the shroom light, and then after that it's just torches, because then they would stick down and it would mess up the spawn rates. So a little bit sad, but it'll be fine. I also did go through and light up a bunch of the caves. It took quite some time, but hopefully everything will be just fine. But now it's just a waiting game. The problem here is I don't have any means of getting the slimes to physically go over, so at some point, if I want to upgrade this, I'm basically going to need to start slapping some iron golems in the wall so that the slimes will get attracted to them and hop on over, but then I might have to do some finagling. It's the whole thing. We'll figure out how I want to do it later. But right now, at some point, slimes are going to start spawning, they're going to hop off, they're going to get carried down the water stream, get close to the Narslimus will then eat the slime, and then shoot the mana all the way up here. It'll go through all of this stuff. Hopefully I got my alignments right and I won't experience too much loss. And then they will eventually come over here. And I just noticed they have like little faces. I've never seen that before. I think that might be an updated texture since the last time I played, but that's really fun. But yeah, hopefully this will go well. I'm about a little over 100 blocks higher than the highest point, so I think this is the most efficient place that I can AFK. Maybe I'll make a little spot for this and just kind of hope that this works out. But yeah, this is pretty exciting, and I think I'm going to check back on this later on just to make sure that the mana is flowing. But as long as this becomes a steady source, which I'm hoping it will be, then we'll be able to move on to making Terra Steel and making an Elven Gateway. I'm super, super stoked for that. I don't actually know how much time I have left in this video, so I'm going to double check all that, and we'll see where I go from here. But hopefully I'll be able to get a little bit more done by the end of this. But yeah, I will at least check back once I have some mana flowing, and I will see you in a bit. Alright, so I have some less than stellar news. There's something that I did not think about that you all probably thought about way before I did. I'm playing on a server, right? Other people play on servers. Therefore, spawn rates aren't good when other people are online. And even then, if I don't have absolutely every dark spot of a cave lit up, spawn rates are bad. So look at this. It's during the day. Look at all that. Skeleton, bunch of bats. Those probably don't matter. Skeleton, zombie, creeper, wilden hunter. And this is... Yeah, and this is while I'm up here. When I'm down there, it's even worse. Oh, actually, there is a slime over there. Can we get it? Can we watch it? I want to at least see this bit. Where'd he go? Is he here? Yeah, come here, bud. I want to at least show that this works, because I promise it does. He gets down here, and he eat, and then it go up. Yay. That is how the slime farm do. That is the whole thing. But it has been horrible. It's been so bad. I've AFK'd for hours. I literally went to work, had myself positioned up here. I've tried positioning myself in caves, various spots around, and then came back and had hardly anything done the entire time. So, unfortunately, it's not looking like this is actually going to be a viable source of mana production for me. If I was on a single-player world, it would be a lot better, I'm sure. But even if I'm the only person online, it's not always that fantastic. Also, it's taken a long time. There it goes. I was about to say, is the mana gonna make it? Yes, it's gonna make it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find out something else to do for mana production, and I have some ideas. I do have some ideas. I've been clearing out some area over here for those ideas. But at least we get a little visual of how this runs. It hits that, and then boom. There's a bit of a visual issue, I guess, with that, but it does work, and just to make sure it, yeah. But yeah, you can see there's not a whole lot of mana in here at all. It's collected a little tiny bit, but it's been pretty bad. So, unfortunately, I am going to be removing all 40-something of these mana spreaders and basically throwing my hands up, giving the white flag, all that, with the Narslimus slimy mana production, and instead I will do something else. It's a good idea in theory, it works in theory, but I don't think I have the patience to go and make sure absolutely every cave is completely lit up. That's going to take forever. So instead, I'd rather focus on something that's going to be a little bit easier to do, and it's going to be kind of going back to the original bit. Those endo flames over there, there's a lot of potential in that if I actually take the time to automate it. That's exactly what I'm about to do. I'm going to utilize Create. I'm going to have a nice spinning thing with some trees being auto-planted, auto-cut, and then auto-exported and turned into charcoal. I'm actually, because this mod pack has it, I can... where we got it? No, not mixing. Should be... packing. There we go. We can make charcoal blocks. And charcoal blocks, much like with coal, have a slightly more efficient burn time, because normally charcoal burns 8 items. But if you take 9 of them to make a block, it burns 80 items. So it's like you get 1 bonus charcoal if you take the time. So just a little bit of compacting, set up with some endo flames, with some more redstone and pressure plates and all that stuff. We should be pretty golden. And I figure, why not make it into an in general wood farm at the same time? Because it's going to be producing tons and tons of logs. So I feel like I should just collect those logs and turn them into stripped logs and bank those, bank just the regular logs and bank the planks, maybe bank some sticks. Is going to be a whole thing. So I will be back whenever that is set up, because I don't want to be done with this without having solid mana production, because I feel kind of bad that I did all that work and it didn't really amount to anything. Alright, so I'm going to do that, and that's going to take me, I don't know, probably a couple hours. I'll be back in just a little bit. Here we go. Haha, the contraption is done. This took me a little longer than I expected to get figured out, and I'll show you what the problem was in just a minute. But this is a tree farm. It's an automatic tree farm. I'm sure if you've seen Create before, you've seen this 1,000 times. We got some funkiness going on right here. But basically we have deployers, we have saws, we have a windmill attached to a mechanical bearing. It does its spinny thing. We got some chests up on top. The basic stuff, yeah. But here's where it gets a little bit cool. This I should probably make somehow go faster, but here we go. So all the logs will go into these brass funnels, which will then split them down the line. Some of them will go into there to be made into charcoal. Some of them just go to get stored as regular logs. Some get stored as stripped logs, and others get turned into strip logs and then turned into planks. This detail right here, the recipe filter for the strip logs, this is important. If you're trying to follow this recipe, follow this build, and you're on this pack, you need to have this set, because if you don't, it will create hollow logs, these guys, which do absolutely nothing. So, I mean, they're cool, but it's not really good for automation, so keep that in mind. But yeah, and then it just goes through here, and then it gets stored in here. I had to do the downward bit, though. This is where things were throwing me off. Because saws, in order to keep going forward, they have to be spinning the opposite direction as the belts that feed into them. So I had to do a little bit of finagling. There's some stuff going underground here, so that way that can connect to these belts and keep their motion going. But we now have planks stored, we have strip logs stored, we have logs stored. Right here we have a buffer where I get birch logs stored, and then I have this set to 9. So as soon as there are 9 in here, it'll pull them out. It's not really that important, it wouldn't make a difference, I just like to do this. And under here, I have an encased fan pushing up into this lava to turn into a bulk blaster. So then whenever the 9 logs come out of here, do I have any logs in my person I can show you? Yes. Look at the exact amount. So I pop these in, it comes out, it starts doing the little smoky effect, and then as soon as that turns, because what this does is it cooks it into charcoal, any minute now, there it goes in there, it gets stomped, turns into a charcoal block, and boing! Straight into the hopper, which then it gets immediately eaten by an endo flame, and look at them, they are going as hard as they can. This is fantastic. And I already have way more mana in all 4 of these pools than I ever did over here. Look at this. This is so sad. And I have been around here for quite some time, and it has done nothing. Not a single slime has spawned while I've been in this area, which goes to show that if I wanted this to just be a nice AFK thing that runs while I do my work, this will never work. I'd have to specifically position myself in just the perfect place with every cave in the area lit up in order for that to do anything at all. So it turns out the Narslimus just wasn't worth it. I spent a lot of gold on all of those, all of these spreaders, because I had to put these like one every 11 or 12 blocks or so. So as you can see, it was a lot of them. That was 40, 50 spreaders in total, I think, something like that. Whereas over here, I needed 1. So this is the cheaper method and the more efficient method. If you want to follow along, this is what I highly recommend. It looks like a tree kind of broke over here. We have a bit of an issue. I'm going to just cut this down just in case it causes a problem. I don't think it will. But generally, these tree farms, you can just kind of place them, set them, forget about them, maybe put in some void upgrades into some of the bins, because you are going to get some byproducts. You got some sticks over here, got some apples, we got some saplings. The saplings, because they're a byproduct, I might actually use these for another flower, another generating flora, which is pretty cool. It's pretty later in the game. I believe it's called the Munch Dew. Is it this one? Yes. Generating the form of natural energy that is mana is best done from other living material. The Munch Dew will eat up any nearby leaves and convert them into mana. However, no saplings will be dropped. So basically what I would do is I would have a thing set up to plant a tree. It would grow. The Munch Dew would eat all the leaves. And then I would try to have the tree cut down after the fact, and it would just spew mana. It'd be pretty great. But we'll see. I may or may not do that. I'll look into a way to set that up automatically or some semi-automatically. But yeah, now I have all the wood I could ever really need. I already almost have 1,000 planks. This is pretty nuts. I'm probably going to upgrade these storage bins with probably some gold upgrades just to get them nice and full, and then maybe slap a void on them just so that way it doesn't get too backed up. But yeah, infinite mana production. This thing is set it and forget it. I can just kind of ignore this for quite some time now. All of these, or almost all of these flowers are going non-stop. It is a great time. I'm happy. I am pretty happy with what I have here. So on that note, I am going to do some more design work in creative. I have plans to get more into create, and I know I said in the first episode I wasn't going to get into create very much, and I was going to focus on mechanism, and it was going to be all techie, and it's going to be cool. And then I made a building that I'm really happy with in creative, and I really want to bring it onto the server, and it's going to be really, 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 really good. It's going to have so much stress units. I'm never going to have to build a water wheel or a wind turbine or any of those ever again, unless it's just for some convenient farm stuff. So I really, really, really want to have that done, and I'm pretty excited about doing it. I already have the building basically built and planned out. Oh, there goes the charcoal block. I even have a schematic saved already. So I just need to gather all the materials. It's going to cost me tons of granite, tons of copper, tons of iron. Oh, it's going to be so expensive. It's going to be such a problem. But I'm excited about it. But yeah, I will see you all next time, and hopefully I'll have that building done. If I decide to go with that, I might end up doing something else in the meantime. We will see. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a great day. I will see you later. Bye-bye.